If you've been watching the news lately, you've probably seen that there's a lot of uproar in France. They just recently changed the retirement age from 62 to 64. So a lot of French citizens are protesting quite a bit, and there's been quite a stir over there. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at President Macron's chart just to get an idea of what could be going on in President Macron's mind. And also, when we look at a presidential chart, we can get an idea of what may be going on in the country. Many of you might be aware, I just recently did a video on Justin Trudeau and also President Biden a few videos back. So we're going to keep on this theme of doing some world leaders. Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all the notifications when I drop new videos. Also, if you're interested in a private reading, check down below for details. All right, so let's pull up President Macron's chart. Here's the chart. Quick disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are all allegedlys, and I'm merely just speculating on the astrological energies in the chart. It's solely my opinion. All right, so let's take a look at Emmanuel Macron's chart. He's a Capricorn ascendant right here. And you'll notice that his ruling planet, Saturn, is in the eighth house. So this definitely shows a person with a lot of secrets. Okay. And secrets are going to be a big part of his life. So those of you that are conspiracy theorists and wondering, is President Macron, connected to some sort of secretive group or secretive tendencies? Well, then the chart would somewhat indicate that there is some sort of national secrets or secrets that he's aware of, and it's really a way of life for him. So it's quite interesting to look at. The other thing I want you to know is I noticed in Emmanuel Macron's chart, he does have Mars debilitated in the sign of Cancer. This can make somebody passive aggressive, because what happens is when you don't have a well-developed Mars, one of the issues can be is that you tend to suppress your anger and you don't really let it out when it should be let out. So that's another pointer on it. I'm just going to point out a few other things before we go on to current events. We'll clean that up. He is a patriot at heart. So we got Moon in the fourth house of Aries there. So this could mean that, he really does view himself as French. He does view himself as, a very proud of his country, with Moon being in the fourth house. This is someone who's very patriotic. So whether or not you like him, he is patriotic, at least in his own mind. Now, what I find interesting is he's got Rahu in the ninth house in Virgo here, and he's got Sun in the 12th house. So, in a lot of ways, he wants to be seen as a type of authority figure or a father figure. The ninth house is all about father figures, patriarchs, and that's really what he's trying to develop in this lifetime. Not only that, but really understanding the deeper meaning of life, because the ninth house is all about philosophy, all about understanding the deeper things, the deeper reasons of things in this world. So he does have a pull towards that. Now, whether or not he is an actual patriarch, because he may view himself that way, but one of the things I like to look at is, if we look at Rahu in the chart, we have to look at what is the ruler of Rahu to really determine, is Rahu going to really manifest anything? And you'll notice that Virgo, the ruler is Mercury, okay? And it's in the 12th house. So a lot of times what you can do is you can take a look at what is Rahu's Lord and look at the house that Rahu's Lord is in, and you can see if it's going to really manifest much. When a planet is in the 12th house, it tends not to manifest things on the physical plane. So this could show somebody that's prone to flights of fancy. They may think themselves, they might romanticize themselves. They might think they're very great. And, it's not necessarily how the public sees him. So in a lot of ways, he could be I don't want to say delusional, but he could be not seeing things accurately. He could not really, he might not understand how the public is really angry right now about everything going on. And he thinks he's just being this, uh, this leader making the tough decisions. That's what I'm getting. Like, I'm the tough leader making the right decisions. But he doesn't understand that a lot of people are really upset about this. Now let's talk about the the period that Macron is in right now. He's in a Rahu period at the moment. He's in Rahu Mahadasha, which is the ninth house. So this is all about the meaning of life, really establishing himself as a patriarch or something like that of the country, a leader. And then also the sub period is going to be Venus. So we really want to focus in on the Bukti because the Bukti really gives us quite a bit of information. Now, Venus Bukti for Emmanuel Macron, it's several years long. It's almost a 3-year long Bukti. It started in February of 2021, and it's going to end in February of 2024. Okay. So about another year, he's going to be in this Venus Bukti. Now, I don't feel like Emmanuel Macron is going to resign or leave office over this unpopular decision. In fact, right now, if I look at the chart, he's pretty strongly entrenched. Like, he's pretty strongly there in office. So if we look at Venus, he's in Venus Bukti for the next year. It's in the 11th house. It rules the 10th house of Libra and the 5th house of Taurus. So it's a quite a strong planet for him. It's not like he's in a period where there's like some great difficulty. Now, there might be some difficulty in the country, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but I don't see him like resigning this year. I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like, if anything, he's still going to have a lot of power, a lot of respect, a lot of prestige, even though people are mad right now. Let me clean this up. Now, as far as problems in the homeland, yes, I mean, we got transiting Rahu going over the moon in Emmanuel Macron's chart until October of 2023. So later on this year. So definitely, there's issues in the homeland. I don't see this as difficult as what's going on in the United States and Canada, though. I feel like there's difficulty. Maybe the emotions are not good. Definitely, it's going to be a hard time emotionally for Emmanuel Macron. I think he's going to be making a lot of unpopular decisions because there is going to be a financial crisis. One of the things that we can take a look at is transiting Saturn. Remember, it's in the second house of Aquarius. And it's, remember, January 2023 is when it entered. So this is very recent, and it's going to be there till March of 2025. So it's in the second house. Second house is one of the money houses. Okay. So not only could this be a difficult time for Emmanuel Macron's, his own personal assets, there could be some difficulty there. But difficulty, because remember, when we're looking at a president's chart, we're really looking at even the country in a lot of ways. So this could show a banking crisis. The second house is banks. Oops, that looks like a D. Second house is banks, okay, and treasuries. So when Saturn's going through, this could definitely show some sort of banking crisis. And this is he's going to make a lot of unpopular decisions, with like raising the retirement age. And also I do want to bring up, I feel like countries worldwide are going to be doing this. There's going to be all sorts of pension reforms, raising of retirement age, because there is a banking crisis that is going to be happening. We're already seeing the beginnings of it with Silicon Valley Bank. This banking crisis, I believe, is going to be worldwide. It's going to affect a lot of people. So there's going to be a lot of cutbacks, but I'm going to make another video on this. I do feel like there's going to be a new financial system as well. So this is going to be a really big change. Now, for Emmanuel Macron, I don't see that. I feel like he's making the necessary decisions, and I feel like That's why he's this year. I don't feel like he's going to leave office per se. He's making the decision that he has to make. And I feel like he's forced to do it because of Saturn being in the second house. Okay. But Venus is, it rules the 10th. So I feel like he's pretty strongly, he's there, as president. What I do feel like though is when he enters the Sun Bhukti, and this is going to be February of 2024, he enters Sun Bhukti. You'll notice Sun is in the 12th house. And 12th house can represent things like retirement, resignation. I also notice it's in the ninth house of the moon chart. Ninth house can also represent resigning from a job because it's 12th house. It's 12th from 10th. Okay. So whenever you're looking at the ninth house, remember I talked about retirement periods can happen during a time of the ninth lord or the 12th lord. So I do feel like 2024, there either could be some resignation, retirement. I know he's young, but maybe he's not in office anymore. And that would be February of 2024. So it looks like a lot of difficult decisions are going to be made this year for 2023, which are probably going to cause, and I don't know if they're having an election or not. I'm ignorant of that, but I do feel like either he's going to leave office or he's going to go in retirement or sabbatical or something like that in 2024 just because of Sun being in the 12th house. It also rules the 8th house, which is a Dashtana house. So this could be this, there could be like a forced resignation or something that takes place with that. But for 2023, I do feel like things are relatively stable, but he's making unpopular decisions. I feel like as far as President Macron's chart, I feel like it's one of those things that I do feel like there's going to be a lot of tension worldwide, but I do feel like there's going to be a lot of reduction of pensions and retirements. And that's what's going to have to cause us, especially those of you that are younger generations, to really rethink, okay, what do we want out of this system since if you believe in something like law of attraction, we create the reality we're in. So if we want to create a new reality, we need to start coming together as people and realizing, okay, the old system isn't working anymore. What new reality do we want to create? So that's something to be aware of. There's a new financial system that's coming. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think in the comments. I definitely appreciate getting your comments and seeing what you all think. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.